What's good, y'all? It's Key, and I'm back with another video. Had to stop the camera so that way it didn't cut off in the middle of the reaction. But hold on. Let's get back to it.
Dr. Dre said,
Slim Shady, you a basic. Why's your face red, man? You waste.
Dre proved to everyone he can still create.
Why's your face?
Yeah,
So Dr. Dre found Eminem, I guess.
miserably. Dre didn't give up and came across Eminem.
So was that after Tupac, or was this while Tupac was alive? That's what I want to know.
Dr. Dre said,
Slim Shady, you a basic. Why's your face red, man? You waste.
Dre proved to everyone he can still create cool songs as he prepared his own album, The Chronic 2001,
Yeah.
even though it was initially supposed to be called The Chronic 2000. But because Suge decided to bother his former friend and released an album under the same name, Dre was forced to rename the album.
Hold up. Should released it under the same.
Released an album under the same name.
So this is Suge right here. Chronic 2000, still smoking. Suge Knight represents. That's why, bro. That's why I can't be a rapper, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like it's always something in the rap industry. You know, you can leave a label because you want to do your own, and they gonna have a problem with it, man. And then they gonna try to sabotage it. That's basically what I'm getting at. Is you know what I'm saying? Seems like they're trying to sabotage Dre for what? You know?
Because Suge decided to bother his former friend and released an album under the same name, Dre was forced to rename the album.
So he came out with an album called The Chronic 2000 to try to get to Dr. Dre, to try to get under his skin. That's the reason why he came out with the album.
Yeah.
But that didn't in any way prevent Dre from having a successful release.
Since the last time you heard from me, I lost some friends. Well, hell.
That's on fire, y'all. That's on thin fire.
Me and Snoop, we dipping again.
That's on fire, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. But that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Undoubtedly, Dre's success bothered Suge very much, who, by that time, had lost everything. Tupac was killed. Snoop had left. In general, the Death Row label was completely dead.
When Dre was at the height of what he was doing in Aftermath, he just really was so focused on him. And in my mind, I wasn't like that. I was like, I just want to rebuild the label.
In 2001, Suge had a verbal altercation with Eminem. Marshall's former bodyguard, Big One,
Should had a verbal conversation with Eminem. Knowing M, he didn't back down.
had a verbal altercation with Eminem. Marshall's former bodyguard, Big Nas, spoke out about why that had happened.
They want you to sign with them instead of being with Drake. But of course,
you guys knew that at the time?
No, that's what we found out that day.
And what's more is that when Dre began cooperating with 50 Cent, the men filmed a music video for the hit song Into Club. Suge Knight broke into the film set.
Suge came in with 30 Mexicans, like you said. And he took a puff of his cigar, and he blew it out, and he did like this, and he left.
We spoke about this in the video about rappers who didn't fear Suge Knight. However, you can notice that in all of these incidents, most likely, Suge specifically wanted to meet Dre, not Eminem nor 50 Cent.
So Suge came there to meet Dre. But, bro, Dre has been done with you, Suge. So why are you still trying to bother this man, bro? This nigga don't, bro. He's doing his own thing, but you still. Bro, I'm telling you, it's niggas really like that, bro. They haters, bro. They haters.
Suge specifically wanted to meet Dre, not Eminem nor 50 Cent. By the way, in an interview, 50 said
50 Cent don't back down. 50 Cent got beef with everybody. Let's just keep it 100. Yeah, you show up with 50, bro. 50 is not backing down, bro. The man been shot, 9 times? Still alive, bro. The man he be having beef with everybody. He will troll you. Like, put some respect on 50, and he got bangers. You know?
That Suge Knight was planning on killing Dr. Dre because of Tupac's prolific success at death row. While in contrast, Dr. Dre, Tupac's 50 said that Suge Knight was planning on. By the way, in an interview, 50 said that Suge Knight was planning on killing Dr. Dre because of Tupac's prolific success at death row. While in contrast, Dr. Dre only released one album.
Suge was gonna kill Dre. So you get him out, got a 5-album deal, his first CD, All Eyes on Me, double CD, come back, Machiavelli, break street date, so he back early with that one. That one's #1 selling, and he got 2 others in the studio doing artwork. He done with that, moving to the Outlaws and doing everything else, and you going, well, how do I keep him? Maybe I give him Dre's. I don't know, Jimmy, something might have to happen to Dre.
In 2004, at the Vibe ceremony, a class.
Bro. It should really. Now I see why M did should, bro. I see exactly why. Oh, sure, bro. It's crazy because I heard a lot of people were scared of shit, bro. That's the crazy thing. But that, bro.
Clash took place where Jimmy James Johnson punched Dr. Dre. According to his words, he already had. Jimmy James Johnson punched Dr. Dre. According to his words, he already had some kind of misunderstanding with Dre, and that he had approached him to get his autograph.
Let me get your autograph. That's why he wasn't so quick to give me no autograph. His first reaction was,
Dre jump up like, pop, I'm like, they done rushed my nigga, cuz.
After that, Young Buck intervened in the fight and stabbed him in the chest.
After whatever went on, man, I had a fork in my hand, you know? And I just had.
And who was behind all of this? The New York Post published a piece saying that Suge paid Jimmy $5,000 for the attack, who apparently showed up inside the ceremony by simply pushing away the guards.
I then turned and Suge was like, what happened over there? What happened over there? And I was like, oh, man. Right? Like.
Now, there's been some speculations and there's been some reports by other news agents.
So, Suge planned all this right here, bro. Like, this, bro. It's crazy that you go all out just to get another grown man killed. Like, it's not like he killed somebody that you love, you know? Like, it's not like beef. You know what I'm saying? What I mean, now my definition of beef is like, I feel like my definition of beef is you hurting somebody that's real close to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue. But it's not like Dre did that, you know? Sure, you want Dre killed for what? You know what I'm saying? Cause he left, he's doing his own thing, like, bro, like, come on, dog, like. But I'm glad Dre's still here, and I'm glad he doing what he's supposed to do, man. Literally, Dr. Dre beats, bro. Dre doing his thing, man. I can't say that. I'm proud. I'm happy, man. This nigga Suge, man. Get this nigga out of here, man.
Sees that Jimmy James Johnson, who was the guy who was stabbed and who was the guy who caused the altercation with Dre.
Hold on. Jimmy James Johnson was stabbed. That's what you. I'm not even gonna say that, but bro. That's your fault, my nigga. That's your fault. Should never got yourself involved. But should probably offer him a lot of money, so he took it. Dumbass.
Jumped up from your table.
If they feel like they saying that and they feel good about it, good for them. But you know the same thing about it, everybody knew who was at our table. But you know, the more importantly, it's really not about what happened at the award show, what went on at the award show. To me, the situation is more the moment was taken from Dre.
Further, Dre sued Death Row. He won the case the first time and received $3 million. While in the second time, the court ruled against opening a case.
Oh, did Dre sue twice?
The climax of all the beef they had took place at the filming of Straight Outta Compton. Suge met Terry Carter and Clay Sloan. The guys had an argument, and then Knight got in his car and drove over them. This resulted in Terry Carter dying on spot, while Clay Sloan miraculously escaped a fatal outcome and remained alive. Suge surrendered himself to the police the very next day and explained why he'd showed up on set. You already understand who he wanted to meet there. According to Suge's words, Dre wanted to kill him during the party that took place in 2014 when he received a several gunshot wounds. They also got the paper trail with all the checks and proof of when they talked to the witnesses, saying that Dre came to them first and asked the two guys how much it cost to get rid of me, Knight says. And they said, "What do you mean by get rid of?" He said, "Kill him." This entire time, Suge Knight wanted to find Dre to talk about that situation. He claimed that he ended up at the movie's production office shortly before Carter's death because he was driving around in the area and an unidentified person told him to come through to discuss a situation with
Unidentified person told him to come to a movie shoot so we can talk about the situation. Let that sink in.
Identified person told him to come through to discuss a
And he was riding
situation
around.
with Dre. Dr. Dre, we've been really good friends for years. Matter of fact, I know his kids. He knows my kids. And I was told that he has paid some guys to harm me, Knight testified. I didn't believe it because authorities do lie. So I went up there. I was going to talk to him and say, "Hey man, I'm not going to react to what authorities..."
He lying. That's a lie right there, my nigga. That's a plain lie. You just did all this trying to get him killed. That's a
say about you
Bro.
having something to do with me getting shot or paid somebody to get me killed. I just want to make you aware they are saying this and putting it out there. In turn, Dr. Dre did not comment about this at all. However, Suge Knight, till this day, mentions him. In an interview for TMZ 2023, Suge said that Dr. Dre did not produce the legendary album Doggy Style, claiming that his entire work was done by Daz Dillinger. Dre allegedly said to Daz, "Look man, let me say it was produced by me, and put my name on it. You'll get paid, but let me be the one who produced it."
He did everything on Doggy Style by himself.
Dr. Dre is the best producer in the motherfucking world. I did not have nothing to do with that. Dr. Dre did that on his own. Suge Knight is lying.
Secondly, Suge claims that Dr. Dre and Pac were never friends. They hated each other.
Pac and Dre never was in the studio together. They wasn't in the studio doing California stuff. They hated each other.
The next video that we recommend you watch is about Tupac's enemies. Bye, everyone.
Hold on, bro. This video crazy. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This video crazy, bro, but niggas are weird, bro. Like, this video, bro, bro, you just pissed me off for the whole day, my nigga. Big dumb, bro. You just pissed me off, bro. Like, niggas are just weird, and that's why I don't associate myself with certain people, bro. I don't associate myself. I don't fuck with niggas, bro. I don't. I don't fuck with. I keep my circle small, my nigga. So, bro, no, I ain't gonna lie. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out, bro.